What are the best books to help you when you're out wild foraging? Whether you are beginner or advanced, there are a number of books that can really assist you as you begin and continue on your journey of wild foraging, learning about the plant medicine that is in our area. We have a number of resources I want to go over, share with you, just kind of plant as seeds that might be a perfect fit for you. So here we have all of our books here, and it's mostly in this section where they're listed right now. And let's maybe just define a couple of directions you might take when choosing a book. Now, geographic is probably the single most important factor. You got to think about where you're going to be, because these books come in series that focus on different areas, specific areas. You can have one that is, for all of Canada. You can have one just for the Rockies. You can have one for southern interior BC. We don't carry all those options, but the ones that we do carry are going to assist you within this landscape and beyond as well, because the plants do cover a lot of ground, a lot of area. So I would say number one, my favorite, is Edible and Medicinal Plants of the Rockies. Yes, so very specific to this area, to this region, and beyond as well. And another kind of factor that you want to look at with a book, not only geography, but maybe the focus, right? So some books are literally just about identification, and there are thousands of plants out there, and to really get into the identification, the botany of them is its own study, whereas I think a lot of us are more interested in what are the edible properties, the medicinal uses, and this book does that amazingly well. And it's well laid out. It's got pictures, so photographs that are easy to see. Again, well laid out in terms of families, and one can navigate it quite well. And it talks about food uses. It talks about medicinal uses as well as other uses. Gives you a nice little description of the plant, things to look for. And, maybe there might be a particular warning about a plant. There is, in fact, a whole section of poisonous plants. And just so you know, right, within the Rockies area, that's a very, very, very small part of the book. But there might be a particular plant like chokecherry, right? Perfectly delicious, edible. It's been an incredible food staple of anybody, the indigenous people that lived here in this region, and yet it still comes with a little bit of a warning. It's like, here's what you need to be aware of. Here's something to keep in mind as you're harvesting or as you're preparing this particular food. So this book also brings in historical references to the people that lived and inhabited this land and their relationship to the food. It brings that in as well. So that's a really good one. Kind of within the similar series, this is Edible Plants and Recipes for Canada. So you're looking for recipes, particular food recipes. This can be a good one. It's a little bit smaller, but same type of idea in terms of its layout, but it's focusing on recipes. In terms of edibles and medicinals, absolutely love this book by Beverly Gray. Now, the Boreal Herbal, there are just a couple of plants in here that you cannot find right within our area, but we are so close to the boreal forest, and there's such a crossover that I really recommend this book, not only for that purpose, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And as an herbalist, she really goes so much more deeply into the herbal properties, the medicinal uses. And then maybe one of my favorite things about the book are the recipes, like absolutely gorgeous and well laid out for you creating your own herbal medicine, right? Be it tinctures, be it salves, be it teas, things for the bath. She really does a fantastic job with that. That makes a super nice gift. Anything else kind of for plants? Those are the top ones for plants. Next one would be the mushrooms. Now, another distinction when you're looking at these types of books and you're going to make a selection, we talked about geography, we talked about the focus. Is it about medicinals? Does it going to give you that information that you're really looking for? Is it more just kind of botanical identification? Next thing is maybe it's mushrooms, maybe it's fungi that you're after in particular. So these books, they don't really cover fungi at all. So we have a number of other books that are specific to fungi. And this is a fantastic pocket guide that is no particular geography other than it works really well for North America. And it's definitely not going to tell you every single mushroom, no way, not possible, but it's going to tell you the important ones, the key ones. So All That the Rain Promises and More, David Aurora. It's fun, and it's a pocket guide, so it can fit right in. Talks about edibility, talks about the poisonous ones, the things you want to avoid, and it's got this great kind of like key ID guide. So highly recommend that. If you would like more insight into the medicinal properties, then you got to go to Robert Rogers' book. He's based out of Edmonton, so absolutely specific to Alberta, but also North America more generally, more broadly, and deep into the science about the medicinal aspects and properties. A little bit tough to carry around, so the first edition of this book, if you can find it, occasionally we have it. This is actually more of a field guide. You can carry it around. It can help you while you're out in the field, and really does cover off all the medicinal aspects. We do have another mushroom ID book here. Now this is more about identification of mushrooms more generally, more broadly. So it's a fantastic field guide. It really will help you identify mushrooms out in the field, and then once you've identified it, you can go, okay, is that edible? Is that medicinal? Then you got to reference a different book or the internet. So anyways, big topic, lots to explore. By no means is this kind of a complete selection, but we've just distilled it down to some of the best, and I really hope that helps you on your journey. And of course, if you really want to get out and learn, books are going to be a key foundation, but so are plant walks, right? So is going out with an expert. So we work with a number of different local experts, in particular, Julie Walker. We got a plant walk coming up with her, and we usually do them, throughout the season. And myself and Denis Manzer, we're happy to take you out. So go to lightseller.ca, classes and events, and you'll see a listing of all their classes, which includes these edible and medicinal plant walks. Whether you're a beginner, whether you're advanced, getting out on these, and then that repetition of going out again and being shown, being pointed, and we discuss and talk about that. So, all right, bye for now.